Schroeder. It's an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the 2025 graduation ceremony. I'd like to extend an especially warm welcome to the family, friends, and guests of today's graduating class. Our first order of business today is to hear from the junior class president, Miss Abby Lewandowski.
Members, administration, staff, parents, and guests. As president of the class of 2026, I would like to welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2025. These students have worked hard throughout their educational years to get to this point. Thank you for being here to support them on this special day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and honor to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2025, Ms. Madeline Lyons.
All right, here we go. Esteemed faculty members, beloved families, and fellow graduates who have aged drastically since freshman year. Now, before Patrick Bursaw bores you with his long, drawn-out, borderline sleep-inducing valedictorian speech, which I know that he's going to talk about his stupid 33 ACT score, let me have your attention for just a few minutes. I will promise to keep this as short as possible, which, knowing me, might be impossible. I also promise to keep it under the 5-minute mark and fill it with just enough emotional blackmail so that Mr. Malsby won't force me to change it. Now, let's get right into it. I stand before you as your salutatorian, aka second place for losers. It's fine, I'm fine. Totally not bitter. Looking back, it's hard to sum up the chaos, the caffeine, and the ungodly amount of government papers shared at 2 a.m. Thank you, Ava. The moments we had with one another, breaking rules, setting records, and being a general nuisance have made this class unforgettable. Most high school and middle school teachers remember that fateful day they were told that art class was moving up from elementary school. You could see the fear in their eyes. Whispers and urban legends echoed down the hallways. They're coming. That day, pencils were sharpened and copy supplies were doubled. Some say a few teachers even considered early retirement. It's an understatement to say that we were a total nightmare. There are far too many stories to explain the reputation that we have built ourselves. I mean, there were times where we threw chairs into walls, made teachers cry, and made a nest inside the wall with at least 100 pencils. And we even got ourselves banned from the playground. But somehow, in between all the chaos, the procrastination, and the borderline mutiny, we grew up. Sort of. So, this next part goes out to all the teachers who survived us. By the way, may I have all faculty members in the gym please stand up for this? Thank you. Dear teachers, as a representative of the class of 2025, we sincerely apologize. We apologize for the combination of late homework assignments, half-done presentations, heated debates that mainly consisted of me and Patrick, and totally bombing a test that none of us studied for. I would like to also highlight a few teachers who deserve a personal apology from us. The first should probably be Mrs. Rhines. Bless her heart that she had to teach our class in the 6th grade, and we apologize for the amount of times we would make English class into a full-on war zone. If you need, we are willing to put some of our college funds towards your therapy. I would also like to apologize to Mr. Ellis, who was forced to not only teach us for 2 years in junior high, and then he got stuck with us for 2 more years in high school. And at it probably felt less like teaching and more like a multi-year hostage situation. In the end, he was even given the gracious opportunity to help us with scholarships, in which he basically had to bribe, beg, and threaten us to fill them out. Truly, a true soldier. I would also like to personally apologize to Mr. Rossman, which I would like to admit now, the only reason any of us passed government was because of Ava. She was a true team player. And unfortunately for you, Mr. Rossman, most of those packets were a team project. Now, I'd like to take a moment to personally apologize to Mr. Christensen, who had to endure both me and my peers' academic knowledge, or lack thereof, in chemistry and AP Chem. The number of test tubes we shattered, the exams we bombed, and the labs that somehow resulted in 100% error probably made Mr. Christensen question why he even became a chemistry teacher in the first place. There were times I had to go up to him and ask, how many points can I hypothetically miss on this test and still pass? And yet, despite everything, he never gave up on us. And even though, we're being honest here, I'm pretty sure he thought about it. Now, lastly, I want to apologize to Mr. Malsby, who truly bore the brunt of our class's creative interpretation of intelligence. Sometimes, I wonder why you never gave up on us. And then I remember, you get paid. And I'm like, yeah, that checks out. Oh, and by the way, I wrote this speech in a grand total of 2 hours. So, sorry, Mr. Malsby, that you had to deal with me, of all people. And yet, through all of the chaos, the laughter, the late nights, and the endless complaining, we finally made it! We're standing here today, not just as graduates, but as survivors of each other, of homework, and whatever that senior prank was supposed to be. Here's to growing up, moving on, and probably still asking someone, what is the quadratic formula? 10 years from now. We did it, somehow. And hey, at least we didn't burn the school down. Thank you and congratulations, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is again my privilege and honor to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2025, Mr. Patrick Bursock.
Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, proud parents, siblings who were promised a good dinner in exchange for attending this ceremony, and of course, the incredible class of 2025. Standing before you today as valedictorian is a true honor. I am not just representing our class, but the countless moments that have shaped us into who we are today. I'm tasked with looking back on our times here at Ravenna, while also providing some words of wisdom for the future. To do this, I'd simply like to reflect on what made Ravenna so special for me and my fellow graduates. And the best way I found to do this was to provide gratitude for the parents who raised us, the teachers who taught us, the underclassmen who found a way to both irritate us and inspire us at the same time, and finally, to my fellow graduates, who made every memory so memorable. Now, I know I've been known to go on a rant from time to time in classes, so I'll make sure that this speech is purely discreet. To the parents, you are our first teachers, our loudest cheerleaders, and the ones who believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. From dropping off forgotten lunches, to picking us up from late practices, decorating high school lobbies, to chaperoning out-of-town competitions, You've been there for it all. I've watched parents give up hours to days of their time to support not only their child's events, but an entire team's events. From the football signs that have lined Grand Avenue to the lobbies strewn with memorabilia and prep for one act. Every parent has every child in mind. This diploma isn't just a piece of paper with our names on it. It is a tribute to your patience, sacrifice, and relentless support. As we step off this stage and into our next chapter, we ask for your trust. Yes, we'll stumble, we'll sleep through alarms, make some questionable life choices, and call you in panic at least once when we hit a deer on the highway. But thank you for giving us this foundation to build an incredible life on. We would not be here without you. To the teachers, you are more than just educators. You are mentors, counselors, and sometimes even parents. Every teacher here brings something unique and irreplaceable to the classroom. Take Miss J, for example. If you ever dare to walk into a robotics room during ninth period on any given day, you'll see the chaos that she willingly endures to help every student to build whatever they want, whether it be chainsaws or pumpkins. She even pushed us seniors to dream bigger and apply to scholarships in multiple schools. I cannot think of a person who gives up their own life for others more than her. Then there's Mr. Christensen. Sure, chemistry is hard, but he knew that he's one of the few people who genuinely wants you to understand it, not just pass the class. He'll sit with you, explaining topics in different ways, and even goes to the internet when he doesn't fully know the answer. Even though it's hard, he makes sure that you know it and that you can carry it forward. Then there's Mr. Ellis. Mr. Ellis has the kind of stories to make up an entire new curriculum if you want to. His honesty and humor make personal finance more than just numbers, but a real experience. While I've highlighted just a few, every teacher at RIPS pours their time, energy, and heart to making us better, not just as students, but as people. As a class, thank you for all you have done. To the underclassmen, cherish your time. Entering high school as a freshman, I thought 4 years was forever. But as everyone says, it goes faster than you think. I wish I could leave you guys with a list of things to get a 33 on the ACT, or to just excel in high school in general. But the truth is that everyone has a different path to success, and mine may not work for everyone. However, Ravenna has the unique ability to change people for better or for worse. I still haven't figured out yet if it is. When I entered this school in the second grade, everyone had already formed their friend groups, and me, being a person that was neither good at sports nor had the video games that everyone else had, was an outcast for most of my elementary and junior high career. However, through trying different things, entering sports, and gaining friends who changed me for the better, I was able to transform into the person I am today. So, some final advice for you. For the students who still have a while to go to grad school, take every chance you get, because there may not be another one like it. RPS has so many opportunities and privileges that if you just look, you'll find something that you can do. And when you do go out and to do something, try your hardest, because that's what God put us on this earth to do. And finally, always make sure to look both ways when you cross the streets. Thank you for all that you have done for us, and we would not be the same without you. Then, to the class of 2025 themselves, we did it. And though we lost a few along the way, around 52 alone, we formed bonds that will outlast these walls. The memories we made, whether it was Maddie's apple farm scheme or forming the idealistic society of communism, these memories will stay with us for a lifetime. We've come a long way from those faces with baby photos. We've grown together and apart, and will now face a future full of new opportunities. The world is waiting for us, so explore it, embrace it, make mistakes, but learn from them and keep moving forward. And never forget where you came from and the people who helped you get there. I have no doubt that we will go on to do incredible things, not because we have to, but because we are ready. And finally, a few personal thank yous to those who helped me get where I am today. Thank you to my parents, who are always there, pushing me in their separate ways and making me the person who I am today. Thank you to my grandparents, especially Grandpa Pat, who earned the title of everyone's grandpa through his never-ending support, especially through his snacks. Thank you to my teachers who always tried to push me, whether it was buying more robotics parts, answering my wacky chemistry questions, or allowing me to compete at State Empty Lane to see how I could go. To my closest friends, Maddie, Lane, Lainey, and Josie, who always stood by me and put up for me when I needed it most. To Lee and Ava, who without them, my patience and tolerance would nearly be as high as it could today. And then finally, thank you to ChatGPT for the multiple essays, study guides, and speeches that you helped me along the way. I couldn't have done it without you guys, and I couldn't have been the person I am. So, class of 2025, this is not the end. It is the beginning of everything. Let's go out there and change the world, and remember that wherever we go, the one will always be a part of us. Congratulations, and thank you.
School Board President Fidelki and Dr. Schroeder. As secondary principal of Ravenna Public Schools, it is my distinct honor to present to you the young men and women who make up the Ravenna High School graduating class of 2025. Those receiving their diplomas today have duly met the requirements set by the state of Nebraska and Ravenna Public Schools. Paige E. Offengarten. Austin D. Beer. Patrick S. Bursaw. Maggie R. Cornelius. Lainey LaFern Herbert. Avery A. Ford. Logan Lee Hudak. Kelly Elizabeth Hurda. Richard W. Kroll. Madeline E. Lyons. Margaret Grace McCoy. Connor J. Pates. Christopher Brooks R. Price. Devin Scorpio Pringle. Grady Lee Rasmussen. Lane Kyle Schroeder. Noah J. Schroeder. Rhiannon Lynn Siegel. Christopher Taylor Smith. Addison R. Treffer. Ava Alexandria Bowe. Graduates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Ravenna Public Schools class of 2025. You may raise your hand.
Sitting down by the creek, lying in the water, watching those flowers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yell 5 more minutes. At 16, it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we need her just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We want 5 more minutes.
Radcliffe Cliff. Robert Radcliffe.
You know they say you can't go home again. I just had to come back one last time. Ma'am, I know you don't know me from Adam, but these hand-front stairs are mine. Up those stairs in that little back bedroom is where I did my homework and I learned to play guitar. Now I bet you didn't know, under that live oak, my favorite dog is buried in the yard. Thought if I could touch this place, so feel it. This brokenness inside me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. I thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could just come in, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me. Mama cut out pictures of houses for years, from better homes and garden magazines. Plans were drawn on concrete board, nail by nail, board by board. Daddy gave life to Mama's dream. I thought if I could touch this place, so feel it. This brokenness inside me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. I thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could just come in, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me. You leave home, you move on, and you do the best you can. I got lost in this old world and forgot who I am. I thought if I could touch this place, I'll feel it. This brokenness inside me might start healing.
Bye, Mom. That's what I said at 5 years old, the first day of school. Already then I thought I was way too cool. I thought I had it figured out, and I didn't know a thing. Bye, Mom. Don't worry about me, I'll see you at 3 at the bus stop. And I know that you'll be right there to pick me up in the old truck. You know that's just the way it is when you think you're grown, but you're still a kid. And you don't know you're somebody, that somebody loves more than themselves. And there's a beauty in the innocence of not knowing that the time they spend is more than one could ask for. And that's a special kind of love, and it's only there for a lifetime, and it's gone, and it's bye, Mom. You can drop me off down the block around the corner square. All my buddies are waiting for me just over there. I'll see you later on. Bye, Mom. It's a cap and a gown in a brand new town 8 hours away. Don't cry, I'll be okay. You know that's just the way it is when you think you're grown, but you're still a kid. And you don't know you're somebody, that somebody loves more than themselves. And there's a beauty in the innocence of not knowing that the time they spend is more than one could ask for. And that's a special kind of love, and it's only there for a lifetime, and it's gone. No, that's just the way it is when you're all grown up, but you're still a kid. And you realize you're somebody, that somebody loves more than themselves. And there's a beauty in the innocence of not knowing that the time they spend is more than one could ask for. And that's a special kind of love, and it's only there for a lifetime, and it's gone. It's only there for a lifetime, and it's gone. It's bye, Mom. Yeah, bye, Mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2025 Ravenna Public Schools graduation ceremony. On behalf of the class of 2025, I would like to thank everyone for attending and sharing this special day with us. It is now time to congratulate and celebrate the class of 2025.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you're just a stone.